everybody! My name is Frigid Hyperion, and after a longer than anticipated hiatus away, we're now back to playing the Wilds of Wildemount campaign. This will be our 31st session, the first one of the new year, at that. With me today is our lovely Dungeon Master, Emily. We have Rocky playing as Edward, Quinn playing as Animo, Lily playing as Windchime, Dawn playing as Soren, I play Moonzik, and giving our recap today is Kale, who plays Brine. Give it away.
All right, so you can do this. Nah. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. So, last time on Wilds of Wildemount, we managed to get inside the target of our theft. That mansion, as large as it was, with the help of the head guard of the place.
I want to say his name was Thorian.
I, as Brian, managed to get inside the office and find evidence of wrongdoing, which was used to convince the guard that our heist was necessary to bring the crimes of this family to light. In doing so, however, I was forced to make it look like a burglary had occurred, given that I had busted a lock.
A burglary did occur, though.
After a short agreement on when and on how to contact us and when the heist would be going down, we now have a 3-day waiting period before the heist fully comes around, and we have the plans for a subtly flawed round of guards. I believe that's all.
I believe that was it as well.
Additionally, Edward did ended up heading to the auction house, where he did meet with. Let me pull up my paperwork. Lecter, Thorian, and discussed a little bit more about some possible information exchange. As well. He also bought himself a fine set of sending cards. Regardless, that was the recap of last session.
That was how many weeks ago?
Don't want to talk about
3, 4.
Too many.
Regardless, we are now on session 31. Last time we had left off, we had approximately 3 days before your meeting with Thorian, the head guard. We're kind of going to briefly montage through those 3 days. Does anybody have anything in particular that they would like to do?
Moonzik would like to go to the outfitters to peruse blow dart guns and sleep darts.
Okay.
For reasons.
Let's see.
We don't have to roleplay that.
I'm just looking up some reasonable prices. So, upon doing a brief bit of research about the tranquilizer darts and the like, it looks like you would be able to get 10 tranquilizer darts for about 500 gold. Basically, they need to make a DC 14 con save, or they are stunned. If they fail the next save, a round later, they fall unconscious, and it's still at 14. And you get 10 darts for 500. The second save, I should say, unconsciousness. They need to continue to make con saves against that for every minute after the additional save until 10 minutes have passed. So while they're unconscious, right, they could still wake up.
Right. And then, is it just the darts then, or would the blowguns be included? Or do we just throw the trank darts?
These I was just thinking they were the darts of the throne property.
Oh, we can do that too. We, like, a good amount of us have a good dex modifier, so we can make it work.
Give me just. So is that something you're interested in?
I guess it would depend on if it would be a better bonus to accuracy or not, or to hits, I should say.
Give me a second here.
I put the bone in bonus. Oh, right. I forgot.
What?
These darts, I'm gonna say, can be treated as darts thrown or from like blowguns. You can also affix them to make it as bolts, but there is no damage.
Right. Okay.
So
So it doesn't really matter one way or the other. It's the same, it's the same to hit
Right.
bonus.
It's statistically identical to a dart in terms of, like, you know, attack
Right,
rolls.
right.
Right. With the con save tied
You
to
just
it.
said you just said like you can affix them to bolts. I'm just imagining Windchime putting one of these on her actual bolt and like knocking someone out and damaging them.
Overkill.
I'll buy those. You said 500?
yes,
I'll do that. I'm going to give everyone crap. Who's got Pass Without Trace?
Druids that we don't
I
have.
do.
Doesn't Brine as well?
Oh wait, you're right. I'm a bard. You're right.
Yeah.
I do not have pass without trace. I have
Yeah.
invisibility.
That's a druid's. Pass without trace
okay.
is a druid
Yeah, but that's all,
spell.
isn't it? Bards have that too, though. So
yeah.
No,
Brine,
I'm pretty sure that's
so
like
Brine
whispers.
has invisibility.
Bards have every spell. What are you talking about?
So I'm going to give 2 to everyone aside from
No, you're thinking of the
Brine,
dungeon master.
because she can do invisibility. She has the best chances to get past someone in terms of stealth. So I'm going to give 2 to Windchime, Animo, Edward, and Soren. And then myself.
okay, and I'm letting you all see here. Players. you guys should be able to see everything about the tranquilizer darts. I know they're a little bit complicated, but... Oops, I missed one. Ignore the hyperlinks. I did, in fact, just copy and paste this from somewhere and edited it so that it made sense. So... So, anything else you would like to do? Let me throw us on to the Phelan.
Then is this...
Cameron?
What's that?
Anything else you would like to do?
Um...
Or questions? I guess you cast on like you were asking questions.
I was gonna ask, like, what is the overall to hit bonus with the trank darts?
There is no.
There is no
like.
bonus. Oh, it's just a straight up DC.
There's no. Actually, this is actually a great question. I suppose it would depend on how you were firing it. If you were like saying, if you're proficient in thrown weapons, like darts and the like, those kinds of simple weapons, then yeah, you would be able to just use your proficiency bonus plus your dexterity.
Yeah.
If you're proficient, otherwise, it's just treated like any other thrown or whatnot. However you go about it, right? It's treated the same.
Okay.
There's no 2-hit bonus. It doesn't help you hit them. It just has an effect when you do.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, the 2-hit bonus is only applied if you have like a +1 weapon or something like that.
Right.
Right? So if you were +1 darts, then yes.
No, that makes sense. So I don't have proficiency with throwing, so it would just be a flat throw.
You, as a rogue, you don't have a proficiency.
As a rogue, it's
I
a
have-
simple
I have
weapon.
simple
You have proficiency
weapons.
to that.
I have.
I'm pretty sure it's a simple weapon.
Okay.
Darts are considered simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, then I do have proficiency.
Like if you have proficiency
it would
to
be
simple
your
and martial
proficiency
weapons, you have
plus your dex.
proficiency to basically every weapon.
Proficiency plus dex.
And then,
So that'd be
yeah.
a +6 for me.
yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Anything else for you that you were interested in?
There is, but I'm gonna wait till everybody else has a chance.
Okay. Would anybody else like to do anything for these 3 days?
Given that we're going to be here a little longer than I thought we were, I'm going to take this opportunity to try planting the rose.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
This will have no lasting consequences in the near future whatsoever.
Oh, that's why. Give me just.
Is that a
sec.
tree with eldritch tentacles for branches I see?
Wow. Phelan has a lot more
Whispering at him that will lead to the destruction of us all.
So, where do you go to plant this?
I want it to be somewhere where people won't see it, given its high chance of being stolen if people do. Would there be an area inside our hideout with enough sunlight for it?
This is a question that would be for Moonzik or Cameron. Do you have windows with inside of your little area or a garden out back?
Considering where the hideout itself is in a narrow alleyway, and the warehouse is like wedged between a bunch of buildings, I don't see any good spot for windows besides out front by the alleyway. So, if you wanted to grab like a potted, like a pitcher plant, or not pitcher plant, a plant pot, and pot it there with some soil, I'm sure it would work okay.
And would it be seen?
I mean, as long as nobody passes in that alleyway, which only we do, so.
Alright. Well, then I'd plant there.
Okay. How do you go about planting this?
I get myself. I'm gonna go out, see if there's like a botany shop in the area.
Okay.
Any shops
You make your
lately?
way to the Omnifarmicon.
And hi, is there like some pots for plants? Fertilizer, just stuff for a small project I'm working on.
Oh, you guys back yet for the Devil's Bloodleaf?
No, this is something else. I strongly considered what we talked about, but it doesn't really make sense for me right now. If you still have it the next time we pass through, though.
I'll be honest, not many people actually use it or like want a leaf from it. But when they do, you see her kind of like turn her head away and smile to herself.
Something incredibly funny about that?
Nope.
When they do need it? No, not at all.
And she kind of like gestures over to an area where most of the like live plants are kept, and gives you a decent sized pot for 3 copper
All right.
with soil in it.
By chance, have you heard of any plants with a metallic-like nature? Obviously magical.
Metallic plants. She kind of goes back behind her counter and pulls out a hefty tome. You see when she plops it down on the counter, the dust kind of goes off of it, as she kind of, it's far too big for this gnome girl, as she opens it back up and starts to run her fingers across it, looking and reading through the pages. Let's see here. I'm not really finding much on metallic plants. There's a couple of plants here that I see that you mix in to make different kinds of metal alloys, like sharp drop. It's rumored to say that it would make a any crafted metal pieces more sharp and do more, keep their sharpness for longer. Let's see. Wire crocus. Ooh, this one. When you mix it in with other metal alloys, it makes it so that whatever metal you're working with is much more bendable and softer. I don't really find anything about actual metal plants. I mean, if they were metal, they really wouldn't be plants now, would they?
Well, there's all sorts of forge gods. You'd imagine that if they truly wanted to, they could make a plant. But it was more of a curiosity thing than anything else.
You give me a lot
Thank
to
you.
think about.
Well, thank you. I'll definitely be back at some point for what we talked about earlier.
Wonderful! I
And I'll head
literally
out.
cannot wait. I could really use the money. She kind of mutters under her breath as you kind of start to head out.
I'm just gonna wave as I head out the door.
So you take back the potted plant, not the plant, but the pot with soil in it, and you set it out front in the small alleyway in front of Moonsick's house.
I am going to ask Edward to set alarm on said plant.
How are
No
you
problem.
planting it?
Do you want like an audio alarm, or do you want me to just have a psychic ping? What do you want to be discreet about the alarm?
Something loud enough that makes them think that whatever they just touched is a very bad idea to keep touching.
Well, okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna cast alarm. Yeah, I'm gonna make a audible sound that of a ringing bell. Anytime somebody other than a member of our party triggers the alarm.
Okay. You kind of place your copper wire around the base of the pot, and you set your alarm. You give it a quick little test. Ding, ding, ding. Wait, you don't test it because it's other
Yeah,
I was
you
going to
can't
say, how
test
the
it,
hell are
right?
we going to test it?
Hey, look.
I can't test it. It's
Magic, okay? Magic's how you taste it. Shut up.
Oh,
Yeah, you test
Yeah,
it right
rules.
before the final little bit of enchantment.
Hey,
Yeah,
you,
there you
random person, come down this alleyway!
It's hot.
All right.
A cat goes across it at the right time. That's how you know it works.
ding, ding, ding.
So how are you, give me an in-depth description about how you're planting this, what you're doing.
I know jack shit about gardening. Help. I'm going to dig a small hole in the center of the pot. I am going to place the bottom of the rows that I have into said pot, into said hole, and I'm going to cover it with soil and give it a little bit of water, and like look around, like almost as if looking for advice before remembering that nobody knows what the hell to do with a metal plant. And
You take the plant and you take the small golden rose and kind of put it into the soil, pack it all around, holding it for support, and you go to let go of the stem, and you find that you cannot.
Oh.
Plot twist.
You look around.
Has the rose
And-
visually changed in any way?
You see the petals of the rose start to open, and it starts to begin to bloom. And just as the petals reach their fullest point, you see a crack begin to form from the base of where you planted it. Kind of the black, deep darkness on the other side as the crack begins to spread down outside of the pot, and another starts to form, going in the other direction.
I'm gonna
And
try and
soon-
shake it loose from the soil.
It does not let go. As the entire area starts to begin to fractal and change, and these lines start to begin to form in all sorts of directions, even some of them making their way up onto the buildings beside and next to you.
Have I just planted a bomb?
You done goofed.
Are any of them are any of them on me?
No, none of them are on you. And as you kind of got briefly distracted by the spreading of the cracks throughout the entire alleyway, you look down, and it almost appears that underneath you, like chunks of the ground begin to fall out. And as you're holding on to this, you notice that you are completely rooted in place. And despite the fact that the ground is falling out beneath you into the deep black, and you can almost you can see the chunks of ground falling beneath you, you were standing still. About 5 feet around the flower, the ground is gone. The cracks in the
Can my friends see
area
this,
around
or is
you.
it just to me?
The cracks in the area around you have seemed to stop expanding. And I believe it was Edward who was out there with you.
Yeah.
Yep. We're good at
Edward,
these
you
things.
also see this.
I
standing
don't think normal
black
plants are
void.
supposed to. I don't think normal plants are supposed to do that. I'm sure you have a clue what you're doing.
I have no clue what I'm doing. A
We're gonna
very
be
scary
alright,
man
just
named the
keep
broker gave me a rose, and I attempted to plant it.
Oh my god,
Does
it's a
it look
drug.
like I have an idea?
Oh my god, it's a drug.
Is it going to kill us? I hope we're not going to die from this.
Well, ask the others to come outside. I can't exactly move. I want their opinions.
You can't exactly move.
I can't move.
Can you teleport?
You see, she kind of like tugs and pulls at her arm that's still affixed to this space, where everything except for the golden rose itself is gone, and
Can
two
you,
fingers.
Like, teleport
into
out
either
of
side.
it, or is there like some sort of?
I'm gonna attempt to teleport out of it.
Okay.
Still holding the rose because I can't let go. And it would come with me normally.
I'm having a really hard time with this one. I think that under normal circumstances, that something like that would work. Under this one, it doesn't.
That's completely fair.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
So
no,
you just
Misty.
see a spray of misty seawater come up, and you see where I intended to teleport to. The puff appear there, and then I'm just still rooted in place. Teleportation's not working.
Hold on. Let me just. I'm gonna cast a spell magic on it.
Okay. Let me see here. I need to read the spell magic. I have
There
a
it
feeling
is,
I already know the
23.
answer, but I need you to roll me a
Ability check.
yep, intelligence.
All right. Let me see if I can force a portent on this. Yeah, I got an extra portent. I'm gonna force a 16 plus 4 for 20.
You attempt to dispel the magic around you, and you feel like you almost have it as your hands reach out in front of you to try to pull the weave in the way that you want it to. And just about when you think it's going to work, you notice that just out of the corner of your eye, that the cracks in the wall deepen further.
You
have a choice. You can continue pushing, or you can stop.
I'm going to continue pushing against my better judgment.
How far away are you from the rose?
I'd like to say I kept a cautious amount of distance away from,
What? I need a number. I need a number.
We'll say
How far
like
away you were?
maybe. We'll say like 15 feet.
15 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. As you begin to push to try to break this spell, this whatever this is, you see that the ground around the ground around Brines begins to fall apart even more, and the area has increased from the 5 feet around it to now a 10-foot area around it.
I'm gonna keep pushing, but I'm gonna back up another 5 feet just so I don't get swallowed into the ground.
Do this, it will fill the entire alley.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut in
Which
here.
is fine. Like, if that's what you want to do, I'm okay with you doing that. I'm just letting you know that you can't get much further away than this. It is a small alley.
Brian is going to chime in, given, she's in a widening hole of nothingness. And be like, I think maybe that one's not working. Might actually be making it a little worse.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna let go.
When you stop pushing, the size of the cracks and the void in the ground does not seem to decrease.
So, Yukato, I may have ripped a hole in reality. Is this within your power to help?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Gonna be in that one.
I almost want it to be a nat 1.
Did he just roll a d20 in real life?
No.
Sworn I
Nah,
heard.
I don't do that. I'm not that cool.
Ooh.
Oh.
Fucking low.
That's a nat 3.
You try to call out to your patron, and you hear nothing in your head. The rest of you have noticed the hollering from outside by Brian and a little bit from Edward.
Have we noticed any cracks in the walls?
Not at this moment.
I was gonna say, it sounded like they planted it right out front of the thing, so wouldn't that, voided hole also end up being, right in front of the doorway or something?
That's a good point. In my brain, I kind of imagine this in the center of the alley.
But that would make very little sense.
But yeah, it would make more sense if you did it, up
Right
against
from
the entrance.
door,
Yeah, I totally would have.
So, yeah, we'll say that in the midst of the attempt to dispel this from Edward, you also begin to notice the cracks in the wall that empty into the void beyond this deep dark black.
Hey, Dardak,
Also-
when was the last time you did any repairs on this warehouse?
No.
He turns around from his desk and looking like he was going to retort with something, and then his mouth just kind of opens, and he just stares at the gaping hole in his wall, or the increasingly gaping hole.
I might have made a mistake, guys.
You hear her, but you do not see her. The cracks that are on this side of the wall are into complete pitch black.
Oh.
Is the door gone?
No, the door does not happen to be gone. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's going to now.
Maybe we should look outside.
That might be a good idea. Maybe?
Just be careful. Don't fall in there.
Moonjack's going to cautiously, like, try and step onto this. Onto, like, these cracks to see, or, like, the darkness to see if, like, he's...
Don't touch it.
If he's actually falling through.
Moonjik.
Are you stepping on one of the cracks, or are you gonna like try to put your foot into the black hole?
I'm going to put my foot into the black hole.
I'm gonna be ready to grab him.
Your your foot sinks pretty deep, but you are able to pull your foot out.
Okay, so that's not an option, apparently.
At least you didn't lose your foot.
No kidding. What's going on out there?
I planted the rose.
And this is what happened?
Yes, it's a bomb. The broker was trying to kill me. I'm sure of it.
How did he say that he left? By fractaling out of existence?
I mean,
All right, he might not be trying to kill me, but I certainly don't want to go this way without consent.
it seems Brian is stuck there too. She can't teleport out. She can't move out. I think she might be in trouble.
You
I'm
think?
not sure how to fix this. I'm genuinely not sure how to fix this.
I have an idea. You guys aren't going to like it.
We jump in?
Well, not you guys. And I know I'm holding on to the rose, right? Instead of trying to pull it out, I'm going to basically try and relax my body and try and essentially fall into the hole beneath.
You relax your body.
If I see him fall, I want to use levitate.
You relax your body, and you still feel like you're standing on solid ground. You're just really relaxed now, though. Those guided meditations really worked out for you.
Gain inspiration.
All right, so that's not working. Why do I feel like I'm on solid ground, but everything around me? Yeah, what happens if you throw an item in? I'm going to toss a. I have one hand attached, so I should have one hand able to reach my coin purse.
Oh,
Absolutely.
never mind. I thought your entire body was just stiff.
No, it's
Man's
literally
Man's just literally
he's holding
throwing
on
money
to
away.
something. Yeah.
So the idea is, I am going to, how do I put this? I'm going to grab a copper piece and I'm going to throw it into the void.
You watch it fall for the same amount of distance that you watched everything else fall, or it just disappears.
Hmm.
Can I try and put dancing lights down there?
Absolutely. You cast dancing lights, and you send it down into the abyss. And there comes a point in time where you know if you push any further that you will no longer be able to keep concentration on it. The distance is just too far. In fact, it feels like you're standing at the edge of a cliff. That like there comes to a point where it's not like
more than
it pushes
120
beyond. It's like
feet.
it just you can't go any further.
So it's a drop further than 120 feet.
I would say probably at the 30. Excuse me, I was thinking about a different one, but probably at about the 30-foot mark, you feel that cliff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, doorway to another dimension. And I'm standing above it, unable to move, holding onto a golden rose with cracks on it.
What did you think the rose was going to do?
I don't know, grow?
I mean, I'm assuming so.
I don't know, it was a really strange guy who gave me a rose and then fractaled out of existence. The hell, I wasn't going to plant it.
Something tells me this guy is looking in on this right now.
And laughing.
Maybe not laughing, but...
Maybe trying to see what we'll do?
Maybe we could throw a rope over you and pull you.
Can I move the rose at all? Downwards, upwards, sideways?
Right now,
The pot
no.
is gone.
The pot is gone. It's just the rose hovering in midair. And it feels affixed into place.
What if we destroy it with fire?
But Brian's attached to it.
Yeah, that would probably incinerate her too.
I mean, I could heat it, but that would hurt her, of course.
Yeah. I prefer things that don't hurt me, but destroying the rose might. Although I feel like that would be a darn shame.
I was gonna say something about like taking out its roots or something, but I don't know.
It's already hovering.
Can I
in midair.
pass my hand
Not
underneath it?
Wisest idea.
Can you pass your hand underneath it? No.
Really?
The pot is still
It's
there.
you! And as you're kind of like, 'cause at this point in time, you're like, huh. You're kind of feeling around. You swear you can feel the soil beneath it, the pot itself,
That's
the
what I
ground
was
beneath you.
thinking.
I'd like to dig into said soil.
Okay. You dig into said soil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
you're
this is-
digging in the soil.
This is not the music for this, if you ask
And
me.
I agree, but I
Yeah,
have
you're right. You're right.
I'd like to attempt to dig it out, given that I can dig into the soil.
Yeah, you dig out from under the rose, and the rose appears fixed in place. Like,
Do I have soil in my
Unnaturally.
hands? Because I can feel the soil.
yeah, you have soil in your hands.
Okay.
Can I see it?
No.
I am going to throw it at somebody and see if they can feel it.
You
Throw it at Edward.
you kind of grab a
that's the only
clump.
person.
You kind of grab a clump of it and you throw it. And the moment it leaves your hand, you notice that it becomes corporeal. And as the bits and pieces of your wad of dirt fall, you see them sink in the same way that everything else has. The rest of it hitting Edward.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I did not think that would work.
You got dirt in my mouth. What was that for?
Wait, what was that voice?
What was that for?
This is
Alright.
almost worse music.
Why is this worse?
Because this is
Just
a
let it be.
mystery.
Ignore it.
So, I think I might be fresh out of ideas. Other than destroy the rose.
There we go.
Just to check, can I pass my hand under the rose now? That I've dug out from under it.
Yeah. You can.
So everything around you is technically corporeal, you just can't see it.
And as soon as it stops interacting with me, it becomes
I don't think that's
incorporeal.
necessarily true because you put
Because the
your foot in the
hole
hole.
still exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not visible.
It just doesn't affect me. It's like two different planes of reality are shattered over each other.
Yeah.
Can I reach the door?
You can go in and out of the door easily.
Am
So
I?
I'm gonna
established that was-
finally open the door. For some reason, I don't think we've done that.
No.
I thought you guys all went.
No,
No,
they
we
opened the door
definitely
when
opened
Chime
the
We
door.
left.
open the door.
When Chime left.
Absolutely.
Hey, who here knows what happens if I'm on one side of a plane and if I'm in two different planes at once? Edward?
I'm not sure. I don't have a master's in polyplanar transit theory yet. Can I roll like an arcana?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
So with a 14,
Man,
you're pretty well versed in this, especially since this has been a topic of theory that you've had on the back of your mind for a while. You figure that this is probably some sort of portal
I'm
in
gonna
the way
respond.
that it could polyplanally transport you to a different plane, area, existence. You don't really know without doing more.
Yeah. I think this might be a portal. I think what happened to Brian and why the objects of the material plane are not interacting with her in the traditional sense is because she's partially transported into some other dimension layered between our physical space.
Okay, so if this is a portal, and I was given it by this being who's clearly not from around here, then would it be a safe assumption that he's giving me a way to get to wherever he is?
Potentially, I would guess.
And if that's the case, how much do we want to bet it's a one-time use?
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then I don't want you to waste this one-time use.
Hopefully it's at least not one way.
That's
I hope so
also
too.
true. But again, I can't move, and we can't stop the... And I can't let go of the flower. So the only thing I can think of left to do is break the flower, which would prevent me from using it again.
It's already bloomed. Is it fully bloomed?
Yes.
It's fully bloomed. Okay.
You think it's... I've already activated no matter what. Don't choose Auron.
Part of me thinks that yes. To be honest, I don't know if there's any way we can get it back.
Okay. I'm gonna try and break the rose.
What are you gonna do to break this rose?
Well, first I'm gonna see if it just snaps in my hand. Both the metals are fairly malleable that you've described it having.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna see whether I can snap it in my hand first.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh,
I am not very strong.
shouldn't have jumped straight.
Athletics?
Yeah.
You have proficiency to athletics.
I do not.
Not
Um,
bad, though.
My lord.
you kind of grip on to the head of the rose and try to twist it off with your left hand to just pull it, and it feels as stuck in place as your hand does.
Uh-oh.
Can I still move my left hand? Or is it now stuck too?
It's not stuck.
Okay. Well, I am a spellcaster. Eldritch Blast.
Roll to hit.
Oh.
It's within 5 feet of you.
Point blank.
You have
It is within
disadvantage.
5 feet of you.
Yeah.
And it's a ranged spell attack.
Yeah.
That's the first one.
15.
15, not terrible.
You kind of fire at it, and it kind of begins to sort of ricochet before fading off of it.
So I hit it. I'm gonna water it. I only got to so far as planting it. So what happens if I water it?
So you already had the intention of watering this plant. So you kind of feel around with your feet and your hands and reach for the area you believe that the watering can is. That definitely you've had. And you find it, and you water it, and you notice that the rose begins to close. And the fractals seem to pull back on it.
Can I cast darkness over it? Like above it to block the light? Or wait, no, that's on me, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to choose an
From a point I choose.
Yeah.
Can I do? It's 15 feet. You said the alley is about 15 feet wide, right?
Yeah, ish.
Can I do it on like the top of one of the buildings? I'm trying to block the sun from the rose.
Yeah. You kind of put a dark cloud of darkness. I get what you're going for. I don't think that the spell actually works in this way, but like I know what you're going for, so I'm gonna say it's cool.
No, I meant the light can illuminate it. That's what I figured.
What I mean is that a ball of darkness doesn't produce shadow.
She's completely right.
That's fair.
But I get what you're going for, and I'm okay with letting you test out that theory.
Okay.
So, you kind of the tendrils of darkness just reach the top of the rose, and you angle the spell in such a way so it's only Brian's hand that is encompassing, that is being encompassed by the darkness, and you still are seeing the everything start to retract. You think you can maybe do one more thing before it's fully retracted? And then with that, the rose, now back to its original form, you can freely move your hand and let go.
Can I pull out the rose?
Mm-hmm.
I do so. Well, alright. So
And I'll drop darkness.
plant it and it creates a portal somewhere. And I'm attached to it. Water it and it closes up and the portal disappears. Okay then.
Do you think perhaps this is a puzzle based on us needing to access something from an alternate dimension. We know whoever planted this rose can't move and stays immobile until the rose is displaced from its place. Do you think that this might be that we must access a certain point in which we must plant the rose in order to access something beyond our current dimension?
Possibly. It could also be some way where everybody but the person who planted it could enter the portal and it can be opened anywhere. Either way, I have a very evil idea for what to do with this.
I mean, if we're thinking about it purely from the standpoint of the mysterious broker who, gave you this rose, I'm thinking this might be a test. He might be thinking of testing us in the sense that he might want us to plant it in a certain location in order to access some hidden place in an extra dimensional space
He
that can
talked
only
about
be
it.
accessed through the rose.
He talked about it being a puzzle, I believe. So we should probably figure out either where this needs to be planted or how to plant it without using our hands.
Is
Actually,
it possible as well that? Oh, I was going to say.
I'm going to try to plant it again, but I'm going to stand 5 feet back, and I'm going to plant it using my mage hand.
Okay. The same rigmarole happens as before. You take your mage hand and you use that to plant it in the same manner that you did, and cracks begin to form, spreading. This time, you notice that they aren't the exact same cracks as before. These appear to be new.
It fractals differently.
It fractals differently, yes.
Understand.
And the excuse me, and you notice that the area around where you had planted the rose at about 5 feet, is there.
The same,
A
disappearing?
void. Yes,
Yeah.
excuse me. The same void, pieces of the ground falling out down into the abyss.
So, who here trusts my very stupid ideas?
Only about 50% or so.
Come with me into the portal?
Well, what else have we got to do?
Okay,
In 2 days' time.
All right.
how about I send my crow in there and then anything... How about I send Cole in there, and if anything happens, I can see and hear through Cole's eyes and ears.
Do we really think that will work through dimensions?
Because if he
Yeah, and would that work through dimensions?
No.
It was
No.
worth a try.
Yeah, it has a distance limit.
you do
100
that,
feet. Yeah.
you're going to lose Cole, and you're going to have to summon them again.
No, I don't lose him. I just can't contact him.
Oh. Well, still.
Point being, I don't think that would work. That seems like a lot farther than we can see through our familiar's eyes.
Uh,
How do you even
You
know
know what?
you'll be able to get back if you
you know
go
what? Okay, it might just be crazy enough to work.
You know what? Actually, I've got a better idea. I'm going to pour water on it so that it closes back up.
Okay.
Take back the rose. Not yet. But if we really need to get out of a place while we're in the heist, I will have a pot with me, and I will have the rose with me. If we are completely cornered, how long does it take for the portal to close after the rose is movable?
It's pretty slow. It's like 30 seconds.
I can water the plant and jump through the portal last. And we disappear without a trace.
I mean, I don't think disappear was the right word to describe what happened to you in that alleyway just a moment ago.
No.
In fact, you'd be stuck
That's
there.
if I was holding it.
She
But
wasn't
with the
in the
mage
portal.
hand,
Exactly.
we can plant it without me being there. We can water it, grab the flower, and we'd still have enough time to get through the portal.
Would, just for clarification on that point, because I don't necessarily know if the visual was right, the portal did not close. Like, the flower did not release until the portal was fully closed.
Okay.
So
That's what I was double checking.
you could try to do that, right? There's nothing you can absolutely try to do that. I'm not going to tell you if it would work, but the flower would be left,
The flower would be left behind. There's no question.
and there would be, getting it back.
Well, I don't think that would be.
It's not my first choice either.
Yeah.
Although, I will say, still could be effective to send pursuers if they were surprised.
I suppose so, yes. But I guess that's a last resort emergency escape method.
Yep.
We
You have
haven't
to leave the rose
actually
behind,
tested it,
which is
so we don't know if
unfortunate.
it'll work with an absolute view of certainty here.
Well, I could be the test subject if you want.
Wouldn't it be better if... Well, I mean, I suppose if you're that eager to risk self-annihilation.
To be honest, it terrifies me, but I'm more interested than scared. The broker
If you're into that, then I'm
didn't
not
seem
going
to be malicious, so I can only assume that whatever he gave me, while probably not with no danger, would not kill me instantly either.
And presumably any of us. Well, even so, it's an interesting little item that we have here. I'll have to meet the broker one of these I'll have to have a good talk with the broker when we next meet him. Sounds like an interesting fellow. Oh, it could be that you're just that bad of a gardener, Brian.
I wouldn't be too surprised by that. I've managed to kill enough plants. Even the succulent my friend gave me. I'm still not sure how I managed to do that.
That's rather impressive.
Yeah, he told me basically indestructible. No way you'll kill this one. It was dead within a week.
And you wanted to purchase a Devil's Blood leaf. Alright.
the leaves from it, not the plant itself.
I
And
know, I know,
also,
I know.
I was going to ask. Whatever.
Well, now that we have that out of the way, are we still planning on purchasing some horses so we can escape the night, the night of the heist after everything's said and done? If everything goes well?
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I could help with leading them, but on the way there, I would want to make a stop somewhere. But of course, I would. This is like day 2, I take it, or is this day 1?
Sure.
Well, probably day 3 before we meet up with Thorian. We should probably procure those horses.
Okay, so a lot of you go about spending your time the next few days. Does anybody have anything that they in particular would like to do? Otherwise, I'm just gonna skip right past it.
It's just the horses that I care about.
Horses, and then I had something as well before, like immediately before going to get the horses.
All right.
And you're hoping to buy the horses?
I'd imagine so, because we gotta leave, and then we're probably going to take them all the way to Allfield.
The cost of the horses, you go over to the stables. For a riding horse, you're looking at about 75. 75 gold. A draft horse, 50. And the general equipment, 25. That you would need, along with a bit of feed. So, 100 gold per horse, with enough feed to last you 2 weeks. And all of the saddles and things.
Moonza could pay for one of the horses, but then he, for what he wants to do, he couldn't really pay much more than that.
Obviously, I'll chip into the horses. Like, I feel like we each should get our own horse, right? Actually, can we just go to the stables and have a little bit of a shopping, if that's okay with people?
If it's okay, like, we can talk about the horses and whatnot at a different time. I kind of just want to move on.
Okay.
So, you each buy a horse? Is that what I'm hearing? Is everybody going to buy their own at 100?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there anybody who can't afford 100 gold?
Is there anybody that's really close to not being able to afford 100 gold?
Edward, Windchime, Thorin.
I can do it.
Is Nahiri going to need her own horse as well, or is she going to ride along with Windchime?
That would be up to Windchime.
Well, we'll get her own horse. If she doesn't have money, I'll buy it for her.
She has some, but not, like, enough. So she contributes 50. Yeah, she contributes 50.
Okay, cool. So I'll spend 150 on horses.
She whispers to you, that's like half of everything I've ever saved, by the way.
Oh. Well, now that we're adventurers together, we're gonna make bountiful loads of so many gold.
She smiles and gives you a bit of a wink. Uh, bounds of gold.
There.
Bountiful loads of 70 gold.
Okay, so everybody has their own horse that you guys are keeping there, and you told them that to have it prepared to head out tomorrow evening.
Yep.
I presume.
Yep.
Moonzik mentions that he's got to go do something real quick. Are you inviting everybody, or are you going by yourself?
I'm actually going to, on our way back to the house, I was going to stop by the Chapel of Arathis that's in this, that's here in Phelan. Does anybody care to join me?
Yeah, sure.
So your mic cut out for me. What was that?
Just said yeah, sure.
No, Cameron.
I said
I just said yeah, sure.
I'm heading to the Chapel of Arathis that's here in Phelan. Does anybody care to accompany me?
Is it just a pleasantary visit?
Yes and no.
What do you mean, yes and
The
no?
chapel of who?
I'm planning on making a donation there and a little prayer.
Well, I suppose it doesn't hurt to pay them a visit. I know we're about to undertake something unscrupulous here, but I suppose it doesn't hurt to visit.
Anybody else?
Good.
What?
Windchime doesn't want to go.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Windchime's got her own god.
I was going to say, this isn't the first time that Windchime's turned down the her own presence inside of a religious site.
Yeah.
I'll go. I wonder if I'll get smited.
Okay. Soren?
I'd rather not.
Fair enough. We'll see you at home then. And we head out to the chapel.
Okay. So you make your way to the Chapel of Arathis. There you see a grand building that is mostly the it appears to be where all the legal systems are kept, like the courts, even the jail would be kept in this area. It's all cordoned off with tall, magnificent marble pillars and walls that wrap around it all. It's quite a beautiful sight. These large, towering, and imposing buildings, and you see up on the on each of the buildings is a large and prominent symbol of Arathis. You gather that the chapel area, from your familiarity with the area, is actually the one that's on the leftmost building.
Okay. We'll walk inside the chapel then.
You walk in. the slick floors of shiny tile glistens beneath your feet, and the tall, ornate walls of white marble seem to extend ever higher into the sky, into the roof above you, and this place is remarkably clean. And despite the people who are all walking around, it is surprisingly lifeless, though full of life. Does that make sense? The It's very structured and organized, and in its appearance, with large statues that jut out in small alcoves that you find on the wall.
This feels very much like a church, like a Catholic church.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so lifelike yet so lifeless.
And you see in front of you a large, as you kind of enter into the chamber, and there's a large area for congregation, and smack dab in the center of the platform in front of you is a statue of Arathis, the lawbearer, the goddess of civilization, laws. You see her holding a set of scales and an axe in the other.
Is there any priest or cleric that's in the chapel at all?
There are a few people meandering about, yes.
Okay.
You kind of go to one who is dressed in long black dress robes, walking around with purpose. He almost looks like he himself could be a judge with his long protruding nose and glasses that sit low on them.
I'll go up to him and I'll say, "Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I was looking
What can I do for you?
I was looking to make a donation today to the Chapel of Arathis here."
Absolutely wonderful. And he kind of directs you off to a sort of desk that is braced up against the wall. Again, the desk itself is made of marble, with a young woman sitting behind it. All donations can be sent to Graceland.
Perfect, thank you.
She'll put it in the book, tally it up. It is much appreciated. And may Arathis be kind and just.
And for you as well. Thank you.
He kind of nods and picks his book up and walks over to an area to sit.
I'm gonna walk over to the desk then, and then hand. You said her name was Graceland, or
Yeah, Graceland.
Graceland. I'm going to hand her a sack full of 200 gold. This will be. This is.
And she takes it, counts it there, and says, "May Arathis be kind and just to you."
May she be kind and just to you too. And then Moonsick will walk over to the Arathis statue and kneel down. And anybody who cares to, roll a persuasion check.
Perception.
Perception check.
If anybody is following with...
I would like to persuade you to let me see what you're doing.
I would like to actually see what he's doing.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I'm on advantage. Just take the first.
10.
Yeah, we're not going to count that.
10.
Uh,
No.
I'll let
No
you
natural
decide
20.
your DCs.
Huh?
You decide your DCs.
Yep.
What's the DC, Cameron?
Quinn, do you want to roll or nah?
Not really.
Okay, fair enough. I'll just let it be 10.
The DC is
because
2.
I kind of want everyone to hear this anyway.
Or DC 1.
Moonzik,
Got it.
Moonzik kneels down in front of the statue, and you can hear him whispering, "Divine Lawbearer, please accept this offering in the name of peace and give me and my allies your blessing for the task we are about to undertake. I regret that we are taking law into our own hands instead of addressing the proper authorities, but it is our belief that if we are successful, the community will heal from the dark deeds of those we seek to oppose. I give thanks for your light and order, Divine Arathis, and ask that you please continue to watch over me and my friends, or my friends and me." And then he'll stand up and he'll say, "That'll be all." Or he stands up, turns around to his friends, and say, "That will be all."
I see you elected to ask for forgiveness.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say this like in a snarky tone. I see you elected to ask for forgiveness. You know, instead of requesting that you have guidance on what to do. It seems taking justice.
I'm just
into your
gonna
own
put
hands
my
itself as a
hand on
big
his
deal.
shoulder
Kind of
as he's doing
interrupted.
that.
You interrupted, Rocky.
That was the point. Because I
He
think
didn't
Brian
say that
would.
much. I would really like to hear what he had to say.
Sorry.
All right.
Rocky, do you know where you were?
Oh, I thought I was the interrupting one. What?
No.
No.
No, I wanted my character to kind of like
Okay, but
try
at the
and
same time, he had only said like a sentence. So
yeah. Given
wanna
the
give him-
direction of said sentence, I thought it would be in character for my character to interrupt him, but I understand
but there's also
I'm
you know
fine with it.
Yep.
etiquette. Please
No.
continue, Rocky.
I'm fine with it. I don't remember what I was
It's
going to
fine
say
with
100% anyway. So
No.
yeah.
Okay. What were you going to do, Brian?
I was gonna put my hand on his shoulder and be like, sometimes we don't always get answers to what we should do. So we act. It's okay. We don't need to. I'm sure what we're doing is the right thing.
I'm sure as well. But oftentimes that Arathis prefers to see things in you know, in a lawful way and in a societal way, and we're not necessarily doing that, but we're working to improve the society anyway. So perhaps not the most correct thing to do, but the overall outcome would be just in her eyes. So
The forgiveness rather than the guidance.
correct.
Sorry, Edward. I
Sorry for
probably
what?
should have let you continue.
No, it's fine.
Well, we're all done here. Shall we head back?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
It's now time for the meeting with with Thorian, the head guard. You make your way to Denny's, and shockingly, he's actually not there. Take a seat. Do you all sit together?
Yep.
Do this the same way we did last time, Munzik?
I don't see any reason why not. Sure.
All right.
Not long after the scheduled meeting time, you see Thorian walks into the area. He appears to look pretty worse for wear, with deep bags under his eyes, and he looks very tired, almost like he hasn't slept a wink.
You all right?
You look very tired. You look like you haven't slept a wink.
He's like, well, to be honest, I really haven't slept much. Have been training a whole lot with new guards and the like. But anyway, he kind of looks over his shoulder and across the room, takes a seat at the table, and hands you all, kind of unfurls out in front of you, a blueprint. This is a blueprint of the first floor. I managed to steal away. Anyway, as you can see here, all of the red X's that I've marked are the anticipated places for guards to be.
Jesus. They really increased security.
Not to mention this, there are 4 sets of roaming guards, 2 who walk around the base of the manor, and 2 that walk throughout the inner halls of each floor. I know it's a lot. I tried everything I could to make an easy way for you all to come in, and this is the best I could do without being suspicious, which is not that much.
We've done more than enough in providing us the plans and security for the hallway in general. So to speak, you're already, even though it seems like you're not doing anything to alleviate our heist, alleviate the difficulty of our heist, you're still doing far more than
We have
your share.
I disagree that he hasn't done a lot. Look at the entrance to the kitchen.
That was about the only place that I could do much of anything. Seeing as how there's a good chunk of staff that comes in and out of that area, I ended up convincing Hector that we wouldn't want to spook them too much, especially with all of the increases. That would most likely be your way in.
I was about to say.
Is there some place where he put what you'd consider an suspiciously high number of guards?
Well, I can tell you where he put a suspiciously low number of guards. That is, that would be, conveniently, inside what I believe is the cellar. Very, very few people are allowed inside the cellar. I have only been in there once myself. even if there is an emergency, nobody is allowed to go in there. It's bizarre, needless to say.
Is that this staircase right here? And he's going to point to that spot on the map.
Indeed, it is. And
there's the
outside of
guard
that,
posted outside.
outside of that, there is a monster of a man. He is a personal friend of Hector. Not part of our normal crew. I figure where you guys are going to end up going is, in fact, down into the cellar. But, that being said, he is definitely going to be a problem for you.
Indeed. Because there's a guard right here. If anything goes funny with him, he's immediately going to investigate. Not to mention, if he's as big as you say he is, then
I did was able to schedule things the best I could. I have two of my more chatty guards assigned close to each other. These two here, they have a habit of talking with each other. I normally don't put them near each other, but for that exact reason. But I did put them together for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
They're probably the most likely to,
Be preoccupied.
Yeah.
Realistically, what are the chances that, should this all go off without a hitch, you're investigated?
Without a hitch, probably pretty low. But I can't deny that Hector was... He wasn't pleased about the break-in. Luckily, he wasn't planning on heading to his office when I encountered him. He was actually heading back to his room, so it felt a little bit less unnatural. But I can't deny I felt his suspicious eyes on me after.
So in terms of other staircases in the manor, is there any others that lead downstairs, or is it just the one cellar staircase?
It's just the one.
Interesting.
Everything else heads up.
Well, that's the obvious place to go look.
Yes.
I think we have a reasonable way of dealing with this. But, well, I'm concerned. And my concern comes from the question of what happens if they do suspect you. There are spells that can be used to compel information out of somebody. And if I were to leave you here and vulnerable to that, well, I don't think I could forgive myself.
If they know my involvement, no doubt would it be an issue.
I'll ask the same question as I did before we started this. Do you want to come with us as we escape the city? We might be able to keep you safer that way.
And plus, we have friends.
If they don't suspect me, everything will be alright, right? So, we just can't let them suspect me, then, huh?
I suppose so.
I mean, if worst case scenario, they do at least have some sort of suspicion on you, we can at least play it off as a kidnapping. That way it makes it seem like it was held against your will.
Not a chance in hell. Magic can be used for truth, correct?
I mean, if that's the case, then they would have to capture him first before they would compel him to divulge.
Exactly. Yet if he's here, continuing to work for them... Look, I'm worried. Based off of the documents that we both saw, these people are ruthless. And I believe, even if they don't believe you were guilty, they might investigate you anyway. And they might just choose not to investigate and punish you for your failings. Care a little bit too much about you to leave you to that.
Not only that, but even best case scenario, like they don't investigate you, there's no punishment or anything, you're going to be out an employer, which I'm sure you're probably prepared for that, but even so, like I said, we have friends.
Tell me about your friends. You've kind of... He eyes you, Brian. Persuade me.
We have an island. We came into possession of a keep. Firewatch Island off of the coast of Broken Bank. There we have a few people who we have helped out, and they have agreed to keep in working order in return for pay and a place to live. Some of them... We also have friends aboard a ship, the Wave Chaser, currently out on a shipping mission. We could contact them, have them meet us in port, and you could find yourself in gainful employ, protecting the ship, and eventually safely with some degree of a home.
Roll a persuasion check.
It beats the alternative. I know I'm not offering anything glamorous, but I don't want to see you hurt.
Uproot my life. Guess I don't really have much of one. Especially if I'm dead.
For what it's worth, I am sorry.
No. I needed to do this. I didn't do it for you. As beautiful as you are.
Aww.
Don't make fun of me, Lunzik.
I'm not making fun of you. It is genuinely sweet.
He's a sweet guy.
Alright, fuck it. I've thrown my life off the rails. Let's try something new. Do you need me coming in with you? Or should I go pack?
What do you think, Brian? Do you think we can handle it with, 7 people?
To a certain degree, it might be easier with less. Especially if stealth is our main operation.
This is true.
Your knowledge could be invaluable. Is there a guard who's more loyal to you than the family?
There's a few good men in there who would jump if I said so.
I'll
No
leave it up
real.
to you. I'll leave it up to you whether or not they're coming with us. And where they're stationed, if that's the case. I trust you.
You're saying have them come with us to the island? On the ship? I don't know if I can convince anybody in a night to do that. Ain't a soul in the world close enough for that.
Understood.
Alright. Well, if that's based off what you're saying, I'm kind of a bit clunky. I'm gonna go pack my things.
Alright. Here's the ad. Actually, we're throwing a lot in with him. I assume it's okay to tell him where Dardak is?
Go for it. I trust him enough.
Here's the address of where we're staying. There'll be horses there. We'll get to you.
He gives you a bit of a nod, folds the piece of paper, puts it in his pocket, and says, now don't you all die now. We've got plans. Never
Not
been
a
more
chance in
excited in
hell.
my life.
I'm sorry, I've never heard a more monotone. I've never been so excited in my life.
I
All
have
right.
never been more excited in my life.
I've never been more excited in my life.
This calls for
Yeah.
first of celebratory champagne.
Wahoo!
Yippee.
He kind of he walks out of that place and heads home.
I'm gonna huddle with the crew. Alright, so it looks like we have 4, maybe 7 guards we have to worry about. The ones in front of the library might stay posted, might move if we make too much of a fuss around the dining hall, as with the indoor gardens. But beyond that, I think they'll stick to their posts.
How dark are we expecting the halls to be? Fairly dark, or do you think they will be fully lit?
When you went in there, Brian, you noticed that it was fully lit.
Fully lit. Although, there may be places that are dark. Save on oil, I don't know. I went during the day and everything was fully lit.
So we'll assume that it'll be darker when we go in there, but be prepared to have it be fully lit anyway.
Yes. I have Edward.
Yes?
I don't want to fight anybody in there. But
I don't think it would be wise to fight people in there that would
I
alert.
only have 3 charges of suggestion to try and prevent them from doing anything.
Well, I mean, that's a brazen move to imply that you would show your face around them, right? As even if it was under a non-violent guise, as a pretense for negotiation, that's still very brazen, especially them seeing your face and your identity now
I
that
know.
you can elude people.
I know.
I do have an idea for...
I want to use suggestion to ask the guard by the cellar I want to tell him that it's late, and he should go to sleep. Ignore us and head to bed. Realistically, if all goes well, he should walk off and head to bed, given that he's not part of the normal guard squad. It'd be reasonable to assume that the others wouldn't pay him much mind, assuming he's just doing his normal job. He has more authority than them, so they won't question him. Does somebody have a problem with this or believe that this won't work?
I mean, I think there might be better alternatives than to explicitly reveal your position, location, and especially reveal a presence of a potential threat towards everything. I feel like this should be a second resort, not not our initial plan.
How do you think we can get past him without having to fight him?
Tranquilizing
There's
darts.
invisibility, there's forced sleep, there are options.
Tranquilizing darts.
The man is described as huge. How many darts do you think we'll have to stuff in him before he goes down?
Well, hopefully just one.
Yeah.
I have my doubts about that one.
I have severe
I mean,
doubts.
he's still. Wait, is he human?
I mean,
Yeah.
So he's medium, he's DC 14.
He's fine.
I don't think the darts are particularly too effective either, especially seeing as we need to stab him with it in order to administer, some sort of tranquilizing property, which is
that hallway is small, and the same problem that occurred when I had to get into the office will occur. That is, I won't be able to get in the door without revealing my location anyway.
I was or methods to dull their senses, methods to obscure our presence, especially methods to circumvent obstacles, teleportation altogether.
I know that.
Well, I say we just punch him in the face so hard that he doesn't have the chance to fight back.
Then in that case, we'd be killing him.
No. He just gets knocked out. I could definitely control. I could try and seduce him.
I'm sure you'd do excellently at that.
I know. I'm gonna flex.
Oh my. Are those real? Sorry, it's just what I'm constantly asked.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh. Yes, they're real.
I won't ask the next question they usually ask.
Oh,
Do you want to
God.
feel?
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's take this step by step, going from the outside in. Our first thing that we have to do is get past this guard here. He's on the outside. We don't have to worry about any of the other guardsmen on the outside, except for maybe these two, but it's going to be dark, and they won't be able to see him very well. So long as we keep him quiet, and why can't I say the word?
We have to deal with the person outside the kitchen as fast as possible.
And
Then we have to deal with that guard. Hopefully, the person outside the kitchen in the dining hall will be too engrossed in their own conversation and not really at their posts. If that's the case, we sneak out, incapacitate the big guard there with some method that Edward has certainly thought up of, instead of shooting other methods down, and head into the cellar.
You know,
I
I could be the one to seduce him.
I do have one
I have-
idea. Brian, you have
And that is?
you have invisibility, correct?
Yeah, I can make 2 people invisible right now.
Including yourself?
That could be
Wait,
one
how
of
do you
them.
make 2 people invisible?
Upcasting.
Oh yeah.
Soren, you said that you have Pass Without Trace as well?
I do. I can also charm people.
To truly get the drop on this man, we could use Pass Without Trace to slip out of the kitchen door, and 2 of us who are invisible sneak up to him and deliver the tranquilizer dart. 2 if necessary.
I mean, why don't we just slip past him altogether and obscure our
Because
presence?
there's a doorway. Probably locked.
There's a doorway? Which doorway are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the cellar is going to have a doorway.
The cellar? No.
Yeah.
The
Not
staircase
based
is
off
it's
the
just an open staircase?
Trapdoor?
Based off
Okay.
of what you're seeing, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
We could slip by him altogether.
I
and-
want. I'll be real. Pass Without Trace.
no footprints, +10 to stealth, and cannot be tracked unless magical beams. Probably. Yeah.
And if there
I
is
think
a
those
locked door, I have an idea that could.
If there's a locked
Get us
door,
through?
If there's a locked door, I do have these new gloves that will help me to pick it with no problem.
With
Yeah,
sleight
the
of
only
hand.
problem with that is it looks like we have 3 people who are necessary. Myself for invisibility, you for picking lock, and Soren for
Pass
I think
Without
it would be
Trace.
fun if everybody were to go. So that people aren't getting left out of this really fun and exciting mission.
Alright.
You can create everything on you invisible.
God comes down and
No.
speaks to you.
Now I do have
It would
The
be
point
better to go
well, they're
with all of
getting
you.
everyone in there so that they're there for potential contingencies. We need to take out that guard. We can't parade our whole party past him.
no. I don't think we have to parade the whole party past him. I do have an idea for this guard out here as well. There might be someone who comes by. Maybe someone notices that the guard's not at his post. What if we have Edward dress up as the guard that we knock out and stand post there until we come out?
Ayo?
Why would we?
To give the illusion that there's nothing wrong.
I mean,
We
that
could
would
have-
sound like a good option.
We could have. Can you convey, Edward? Can you convey any kind of communication with us without being next to us? Because you could have your bird with you, and then like you could just tell us what you want to do, and then we could
I mean, I can communicate you through Cole. It wouldn't actually be. Side note, DM, can Cole cast Whisper right now, or does that require me to give like max HP? Emily?
Yeah. Yeah, Cole can cast Whisper.
Okay, cool. I mean, I could relay messages through Cole if you keep him within at least some
Well,
close
well, why
proximity.
yeah. Well, why don't? I mean, I think that I can be good with animals.
Okay. So we're worried
I
about
could
the
be your body.
other 2 guards outside, then, yes? Is that what we're saying?
Just as a
Mm.
Never know, things
We
could
should
go wrong.
expect. If we make too much noise, they would become a problem. Heck, if we make too much noise, I think an entire castle's worth of guards could come down on us.
This is true.
We could slay them all.
I would prefer if we averted that possible outcome.
Enema licks his lips.
All right.
Because I would imagine, the way I imagine this scenario playing down, if those two are not at their posts, is that we could knock out this guard here. I would have Brian and Soren would slip into the hallway to take care of that. Once he's knocked out, come knock on the kitchen door softly, so Dardek and I can come down the cellar, look around for any sort of safe, and I'm sure it'd take at least one of us, if not both of us, to open up the safe. And then... Oh, shoot, but then that also...
We need to take out those guards. We do. There's no other way around it.
Okay.
The pass without trace works on all of us. That's the good news. So we'll all be stealthy. And we can even set two of us up as invisible so that they can be the first to each individual.
I mean, if I'm also coming with you, I can allocate 2 additional people to become invisible for the duration as well.
That would help as well. Because then another 2...
Remember, the instant you cast a spell or
No spell casting,
make
no
an attack,
That is true. I am fully aware. It wouldn't prevent me from It wouldn't prevent me from making use of spells that were already active before. I can think of at least Mage Hand being of some use, even as I'm being invisible.
You can't be concentrating on 2 things at once, and I don't think Mage Hand has a duration.
Mage Hand's not concentration.
Don't you have to recast it each time you use it?
Nope. It's a duration of 1 minute.
That's pretty tight, but yeah, I see you.
At least I have some utility. It also doesn't prevent me from the use of any items, including magical ones.
That's true.
There's still options that we can do when we're invisible.
No, of course. Including pick locks and sneak downstairs. We're not going to be able to get... I still don't understand how we're going to get past the guard to this cellar, especially if all of us are going.
Aren't we supposed to knock him out with something?
Tranquilizer darts.
I mean,
If
I don't
one
think
doesn't
those
work, I
tranquilizer
can
darts
use
are going to be consistent.
both of mine. Like there's really not much of a problem.
We have backups.
Is anybody really good at throwing things? I've got a +6,
Really
I
good at
think.
catapulting things.
Oh God!
I do not want to catapult things, and genuinely, we're sure that a Constitution save, and at least a 2-turn timer is better than suggestion.
Or, sleep, which requires no saving throw.
I'm going to assume he
I
has
have
more
sleep.
HP than sleep deals.
I mean, would they?
Most guards, maybe not.
These two,
I might try
maybe
that on
not.
the guy outside the kitchen. Maybe not. That guy, he's the pride guard. If he's a mountain of a man, the way the man talked about him, He's probably stronger than us. And
Most likely, but I'm not going to be casting sleep on such a person. Not unless he's been weakened at least from previous combats.
well,
But
hence why I don't want to get in combat with this man at all. And I feel like suggestion is the fastest way out.
Would he be susceptible towards a suggestion from a random stranger showing up in the middle of a break-in?
I mean, I don't really know whether that's how suggestion works. It's DM's note. Does the context change how suggestion works?
No.
So, also, you might have the ability to force him to fail it. If that's the case, he'll just walk off and go to bed.
this is true.
I mean, if you're so adamant and dead set on the fact that suggestion works, then I will at least be. At least I will help you in doing that. But I'm not quite sure that suggestion is a sure way, sort of a silver bullet towards this. Or I do think there is a margin in which it could fail.
I don't think anything is certain in this case. I think it's our best shot. If it doesn't work, he shakes it off, or we're unable to deal with him, then shove him full of darts. You have my full permission, but not that you need it.
Mission to shove him full of darts, and I'm sure if negotiations fail, that things would turn violent either way.
I'm not trying to negotiate with him, I'm ordering him to bed.
But you know what I mean.
Yes. Once we're down there, we have no idea how large this vault is, what traps are set up. I doubt that guard will be the end of it, and I'll have used at least one spell on suggestion, possibly more if we're also planning on being invisible at some point here. There could be golems down there, magical traps.
You save your
I mean, I
suggestions
think
for later.
taking
Trank-
refuge in the cellar might actually be safer than not being in the cellar on the basis that even guards aren't allowed to be in there. Therefore, I'm sure that would severely reduce the amount of people that would be allowed down there in the first place. Therefore, reducing the
Agreed.
amount we might potentially encounter.
Agreed. I also think that there's a pretty high likelihood that it will be trapped or otherwise guarded through magical means.
I don't know. What were
That's
you
what we
saying?
would have detect magic for.
You started talking. What were you saying?
Who are you talking to?
You.
I was just saying because I feel like we're going around in circles, guys. Step by step, so far, we want to take out the first guard. I think that we should use tranquilizer darts, but I think that there's a case for using suggestion. Although I think that if you save the suggestion for the possibility of another guard showing up, it's probably because we know where that guy is. You know?
The first guard is outside the kitchen. I think the tranquilizer darts are better on him.
Awesome.
Second,
So
I
we go in.
also
So we go
capability.
inside. The second guard is like right outside the kitchen. No.
we're hoping he's going to be chatting with the person at the dining hall. That was the help that was given to us. So the second guard should be the guy over by the stairway, the hulking guy.
So we want to the entire party sneak past two people that are talking.
Yes.
We'll have pass without trace, and if they are looking our direction, given that they're rank and file guards, sleep might actually do it.
Great. So then we turn. We deal with that guard. You say we could use suggestion on that guy.
Yes.
All right.
That was
then
the
let's
guy
use
I wanted
suggestion
to
on that guy
suggest.
and go down the stairs. The rest of us will still have tranquilizer darts available, and since we don't know what's going on downstairs, we could just. I think that we should just wing it.
I think the tranquilizer darts are the least consistent method of incapacitating someone, given that we have access to suggestion and sleep.
This is true, but
I understand, but
I wanted to make sure
I
I
also
had them since they were an option at least.
Yeah.
yes, I'm just saying that we have a lot of things at our disposal, and while yes, suggestion sleep is useful, worry about your spell slots. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I'm-
worried about brain spell slots. For me, I have at least a bit more to work with.
If all I use is suggestion on that guard upstairs, I can recover her till still have 2 spells left.
I mean,
Okay.
I can use suggestion too.
Edward, there's something that I'm not necessarily. Okay, so Edward, you want? Okay. The concern that that Moonzik had earlier was that maybe another guard will see the fact that like there's one that's knocked out and like raise an alarm. What was the plan regarding that? I feel like we might just not have to worry about it.
What
I
I
mean,
think,
worst case-
is missed by that is it will be nighttime, and this place is very large. Like this diagram does not do it justice. If the guards are truly where they're posted, the alarm will only go up if a roaming guard sees that.
I mean, worst case scenario, I could cast invisibility on the body if it's incapacitated, or we can hide it in a bag of holding. Or obviously letting
Just put it in
breathe.
the kitchen, maybe.
Kitchen would be the best spot for anybody that we have to bring down.
Right. Okay, well then we all go in, we go downstairs and we wing it.
And then
Right.
and then try and go as fast as we can. Hope we don't cause any noise, and get out before they find out somebody's missing from their post.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the long
Easy
and the
peasy.
short of it.
Let's go.
And we've got 3 bags of holding. This will definitely help in our endeavors.
Yep.
Scoop everything into the bag of holding.
Okay. Excuse me.
Ooh.
So the
COVID.
group of you get ready to head to the manor. Let me.
And Dardak is coming as well.
Bardak is coming. Oops. You can't
Oops.
see that.
Oh, damn it.
I didn't see
Uh,
anything.
What?
It is.
What
We
the-
literally can't see it. It's a dark box.
I know.
Yep.
I had it set only for him.
Is this what airlines refer to as the black box?
What? I
Oh
don't
god,
even know
is
what that is.
are we already crashing and burning?
Okay. So
Another counterintelligence squad got to us.
you approach the manor and kind of hide not too far away through the large gate that is set there. You watch as for just a little while as 2 sets of roaming guards pass every few minutes. We'll say it takes them about 5 minutes to walk all the way around. Being that there's 2 of them, one approaches. 10 minutes to walk other end. Seeing that there is 2 sets of them at every 5-minute intervals, there seems to be a pair of guards that walk on past. The not enough space here, but I'm going to place your tokens down. I want to put you in the far corner here.
Okay.
I know you can see a lot, but that's just going to be how it is, because it's too much work to do it otherwise.
Tokens in the far corner. I don't know where it is.
Just give me a second.
Upper left
I have to drag them out manually.
Upper left hand, Rocky. That is a lot.
So our entrance
Is down.
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 We have to rotate the map like 90 degrees counterclockwise to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Additionally, you have this now available to you
Oh, beautiful.
in your handouts.
Hey, Solvia Manor.
It doesn't have the X's on it. Oh no.
Oh, that's fine. We'll make do.
Yeah.
Eh,
I remember
Yeah,
where most of the
Photocopy of
X's were.
fucked up, guys.
We have the important ones.
What's a photocopier?
My
Okay. The pair of guards just passed. You can see them making their way around the corner or
Okay.
down
Sorry.
in the dark.
You got us with Pass Without Trace?
Of course, I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay. Pass without trace.
would you like some invisibility before we set in?
Not yet.
Not quite yet.
I know it has a long duration, but we're not even sure whether we're using it yet. It's kind of useless with all of us here.
So, you make your way down. Slowly but surely. Most of you do. By the way, if you select your token, you can actually use the arrow keys to make a jump.
Wait, what? That's a
If
thing?
you... Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
Oh
cool.
my god!
Where's my token?
Wait, what do you mean?
Forget dragging
Select
the token.
your token, and then use the arrow keys.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've done
wait.
that for a
My
long
token
while.
Okay.
is-
Maybe not right
I
there.
would go over there.
Yeah, everything's still a dark
Oh,
screen.
I'm sorry.
So, like, I can't...
Oh,
Hold
I
up.
must not have you have vision. Sorry.
What?
Yeah, you have vision, bro.
Yeah.
You should be able to see
Zoom
right
out.
now.
Just zoom
Scroll
out.
out.
Zoom out, dude. Just zoom out.
I'm at 10%. It's still dark.
Zoom in.
Reload.
Yeah.
I'm at 250%. It's still dark.
Well,
Well,
250 would be a
250 would be-
problem.
250 would.
Yeah, you're way
I
zoomed
zoom.
in, dude.
You like
Zoom all the way out.
Zoom out to 10%.
Oh, wait, no, I reloaded. It's fine.
Fair enough.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Just head to the bottom
Whoa.
where we are.
Use your arrow keys to move.
How is this a new thing for you guys?
We didn't
So
know.
just so Wind Chime and Edward know.
And it doesn't let you move through walls either.
Nope.
That's so cool.
It is very,
I'm very
wacky.
fascinated by them.
Holy shit.
This is
Such
like...
a big
computer
map.
cannot handle.
Yeah.
You guys make your way down to the bottom edge, following behind a few moments behind the roaming group. You can see off to your left, the right, or the way we're looking at it, is that singular guard standing there. He picks his nose.
All right. So
I will actually need all of you to roll a stealth check. That's actually really important.
With Pass Without Trace?
And pass without
With pass without trace. So your
Okay.
stealth check, and then I'll add 10 to it.
Okay.
Make sure
Stealth,
I'm
stealth,
not
stealth,
on
stealth.
advantage for whatever reason. Nope, I'm good. Hell yeah. Ugh.
You got a 20. That's a 25,
I mean,
30.
So 30, 25, 20,
20's the lowest. I think we're okay.
28.
I'm gonna roll mine.
Yeah. 20 for Lily.
Oh,
23
23.
is the lowest.
23.
No, 20
16.
Lily got a
lowest.
16.
Oh, Lily got a 16.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, Lily got a 16. 16 is the
Too
lowest.
bad.
So,
I still think we're
a
okay.
lot of you see around the corner that singular guard. You whisper to each other. You can hear Lily's armor kind of clunk a little bit. But quietly.
Alright.
You guys all are very quiet.
All right. So we agreed on sleep darts for this guy, right?
I think
We
so.
should probably find a way to make him silent.
I could. I don't want
mean,
to
Do you think I can cast sleep? Would that just work?
potentially.
How obvious is it to them if it doesn't work?
Let's see. Conscious one, starting with a creature of the lowest hit point. Creature subtracting.
You guys know you don't have long before the next guard
Nope,
makes their way
it
around.
doesn't notify the creature if it has it, so I'm just gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and send that.
It's 5d8, I believe.
Yeah.
5d8.
22.
22.
Okay. You see that the guard kind of, after he picked his nose, he kind of leans back against the wall, looking around. You kind of cast your spell off the side, and he falls asleep.
Yes.
All right.
Move. Go.
Worked without a hitch. Let's get moving.
Go, 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 go. Quietly, quietly. Oh my god. The freaking scrolling.
Yeah, I don't recommend scrolling.
I wasn't meaning to. Oh my god, I cannot move my character left.
Because your character is
How is he positioned
You know-
again? How is the guard positioned again?
he's slumped back up against the wall. Please
Okay,
ignore that
perfect.
unconscious thing.
Perfect.
Where are you going, Brian?
I couldn't move my character properly. She clipped into the wall and then wasn't allowing me to go left.
You step into the kitchen. At this late hour, you notice that there surprisingly, isn't anybody in here.
I'm gonna motion for
Unsurprisingly, we
everyone
knew
to
that
move
they
in.
wouldn't be there.
Should actually put Dardek out there.
Last one in, close the door.
I'm gonna close the door gently with Mage Hand.
Okay, you just
Oops.
click on it to close it.
Yeah, I forgot I have.
You can do that?
Yep.
Oh,
Whoa! You can do that.
All right.
Let me look at the map.
there's a lot of food in here.
This guy.
We go to the one right in front of me, over here, guys.
Yep. Moonsick's going
Brian
to
is
go up
Not
here,
Brian.
and he's going
Who's
to.
this guy in the center of the room?
Moonsick's going to press
Oh,
his zero
Dardek.
against the door.
Dardek.
That's Dardek.
Ardek, okay. That's his token.
Moonsick's going to press his ear up against the door, and he's going to listen for voices on the other side.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was almost 19. 11.
You don't hear any voices.
Soren, can you hear?
Guess I will try that as well. Yo.
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes! Nat 1. I don't hear anything either.
You are 100%
Guys,
certain that there's nothing
guys,
on the other side of this door.
I can hear things.
Nope.
Advantage.
Oh yeah, go for
Why?
it. Do it.
You would normally, but you have Soren's guarantee that there's nothing on the other side of that door.
Oh shit.
And
But like, shouldn't I?
check anyway? Like,
We
would
have.
he not also be listening at the same time?
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
Also, we have the map that
I
says that
understand.
there's a guard right there too.
I'm just saying. You, Soren, you are certain that there isn't anything on the other side of that door.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Guys, I think we're right. I think if what Soren's saying is true, the dining, they're probably just in the dining hall chatting.
That could be.
Or they've been scared into silence.
What do you mean, scared into silence?
Well, they just mentioned how scary that. It's been mentioned how scary that
How
that guard is.
is there like a gap between the door and the floor?
You are
Um,
certain there's nothing on the other side.
Yeah, but
There
you are
is?
certain. There's like a little tiny gap, but you are certain there's nothing on the other side. Actually, with your perception, I'm not sure you would even notice there's a crack.
That's fair.
Well, he still has his passive perception.
Yeah, but he's actively looking.
Yeah,
He
he's
rolled.
actively listening. Sorry.
He rolled.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no. It's a 50-50 shot right now if those guards are on the other side or not. I can get as far as picking the door on the lock, but beyond that, we'll have to be careful and hope that the one guard isn't leaned up against the door. And even then, not looking directly at it. Okay.
Well, do you think I could perhaps...
We can move on to the next part, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. We should probably, given that we believe that the guards could be there and be silent or are in the next room, we should set invisibility on somebody to check it out.
How many people do you want to be invisible? And who?
We can do one.
I think that Edward should be invisible and then try and put sleep on the next person. Or Brian and do the same. One of the two of you.
Tell you what, invisibility
I-
expires when I...
Can
someone-
Windchime, can you sleep anybody? Can you make them go to sleep?
Magically.
You're aware the invisibility
say
expires
magically?
when I send someone to sleep.
I can think.
I'm sorry, Lily, I can't really hear you.
We cannot hear you. You are mumbling, and I have you at 200%.
Okay. I
think it's a-
can't do it magically.
You can't do it magically.
Well done.
Are you just like really good at singing lullabies then?
I'm a little good at singing lullabies, yeah.
Wonderful.
I was thinking it had something to do with her mace, but okay.
Also that.
Depends how fast I need them to fall asleep, you know?
I'm making the. Brian, you become invisible. You do it.
Okay. Edward?
I'm going to touch Brian and cast invisibility on her.
Away from the door. If the door opens and they immediately suspect something.
I'm gonna eat this bread over here.
I will also grab something to eat because I'm hungry. And I open the door.
You crack open the door, and you see two men having a conversation with each other. Please roll me a stealth check with advantage for this door opening.
Yep, just two guys chatting it up.
Yeah. Advantage. Where is you? Where is you? There you are. Advantage and stealth. I am sort of stealthy. So that's a 31.
That's a 31.
Plus 10 for a 31.
Nope.
They don't notice you. The door crack.
Okay then.
Luckily, it didn't squeak on its hinges.
I'm going to walk slightly back, tap Edward on the shoulder, and say, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the guard. I'm going to suggest that he head to bed because it's late, and I need you to have sightline so that you can force it."
Can I force something through Cole's eyes, DM? Technically, I can see them, right?
An interesting question.
That is a very interesting question. I have never heard that one before.
That is
I mean, I'm a divination wizard. I'm gonna get spells that let me see things later on. Like,
And
you
it's
know,
not.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, you can do that. I think that makes sense to me.
I'm gonna hand Brian Cole, and when Brian carries
Because
it
I'm
with her,
holding it.
yeah,
That's great.
technically, it's being carried or worn, so it's invisible, right?
That's good. Okay,
It's good
go
soup.
for it.
Okay.
That's good soup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand Brian Cole.
Now, if it's invisible, can it see? Because its eyes can't reflect light.
You're invisible.
I'm kidding.
Dude,
God
don't
damn it.
even fucking start.
Don't rule lawyers us out of this.
Oh no,
No,
that
this
was
is worse
than
that
lawyering.
was
This is
physics
rule
lawyers.
consistency.
He's trying to real roll. Like,
Yeah, that was physics lawyering.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna hand Cole over to Brian.
All right.
Right as he was
And-
about to pack into an orange.
I will, kind of like, whoop 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 whoop. Petter 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 petter
Oh,
petter,
God. It looks intimidating.
and just whisper. It's kind of late. You should probably go to bed, like straight to bed, without talking to anybody. Like it's really late.
Okay.
And
Send
that's
that
suggestion.
check.
11.
A force and 11, so that's a fail. Wait, I believe. Wait, what stat is it?
Wisdom.
It's
Wisdom.
I'm
wisdom
sending
save.
it to chat.
you're gonna
so.
force a fail? What the fuck?
That's
Yeah.
how wizards with portent work. You can force numbers onto saving throws.
There's suggestion. Speak suggestion.
Yep.
Spell
DC
save
17.
DC 17!
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Jesus.
You see him kind of like stretch, and you see his muscles ripple across his arms as he stretches his arms out. Gives a yawn.
Oh, you could grind meat on that. Oh.
And like you really could. He is defined, and he is missing most of his teeth. There's one that protrudes out the bottom, with his little underbite, and he begins to walk away.
Oh. I'm gonna start heading down because I know Edward can see through Cole's eyes.
Yes, I can.
Okay, is everybody else going to follow?
How are we getting past these two guards?
They
We're
won't
looking
see
the other way.
anything.
Let's go, guys.
Okay.
Just be stealthy.
True enough. Fair enough.
Okay, do we need to roll another stuff?
Yep, I'm gonna have you roll.
Good thing they're talking to each other instead of actually
I
doing
can't-
their job.
That's a
Can't
33.
see.
16.
Can you guys see inside the kitchen
22.
still?
What?
Oh,
Can anyone
I'm sorry.
see? Can you guys
Still
see inside the
21.
the kitchen still, or is it just me that can't see?
You move your token.
No,
out of
we
I can
I
see
can
inside
see.
the kitchen still. That's weird.
Because I can't see inside the kitchen at all. I only see Brian's character.
Try that again.
There we go.
Yes. So Cameron got a 33, Rocky got a 22, Quinn got a 29. I need a what should I say? Nemo got 29.
18.
Thorin 18. Windchime.
We're rolling stealth.
Okay.
We need to go to the next section.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, net 20.
Oh, yeah.
Nat 20 is the first one, so let's fuck
nat
that up.
20.
33.
As Soren kind of begins, his feet kind of scuffle. You kind of put your hand on his chest, kind of quiet him. As you all make your way down the stairs.
Down the stairs. Down the stairs.
And that is where we're going to take our break, guys.
Hey, stealth.
Hold on.
Ever the
Oh,
cliffhanger.
yeah, saw that one coming.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you so much for watching this first part of session 31 of The Wilds of Wildemount. We'll see you shortly for part 2. Take care.